Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. I hope you're having an amazing day. Today is, I'll have to, okay, so that's July 1st, July 3rd. If you cannot tell, I'm pre-recording these because I'm trying to get into the habit of pre-recording them because once I find a job, I'm going to have to pre-record my videos a week at a time. So I've been trying to get into the habit of getting them done in one day so that I will be able to do it once I get my job. So today is Thursday, July 3rd, 2014. And we're going to read Enoch, chapters 82 through 84. Chapter 82. Charge given to Enoch, the 4 intercalary days, the stars which lead the seasons and the months. And now, my son Methuselah, all these things I am recounting to thee and writing down for thee, and I have revealed to thee everything, and given thee books concerning all these. So preserve, my son Methuselah, the books from thy father's hand, and see that thou deliver them to the generations of the world. I have given wisdom to thee and to thy children, and thy children that shall be to thee, that they may give it to their children for generations. This wisdom, namely, that passeth their thought. And thou who understand it shall not sleep. He that has ears, let him hear. But shall listen with the ear, that they may learn this wisdom. And it shall please those that eat thereof better than good food. Blessed are all the righteous. Blessed are all those who walk in the ways of the righteous, and sin not as the sinners. In the reckoning of all their days, in which the sun traversed the heaven, entertaining into and departing from the portals for 30 days, with the head of thousands of the orders of the stars, together with the 4 winds are intercalated, which divide the 4 portions of the year: spring, summer, fall, winter, which lead them and enter with them 4 days. Owning to them men shall be at fault, and not reckon them in the whole reckoning of the year. Yea, men shall be at fault, and not recognize them accurately. For they belong to the reckoning of the year, and are truly recorded thereon forever. And in the first portal, and one in the first portal, one in the third, one in the fourth, and one in the sixth. And the year is completed in 364 days. And the accounts thereof is accurate, and the recorded reckoning thereof exact. For the luminaries and the months and festivals and the years and days has Uriel shown and revealed to me, to whom the Lord of the whole creation of the world hath subjected the host of heaven. And he hath power over night and day in the heaven, to cause the light to give light to men, sun, moon, and stars, and all the powers of the heaven which revolve in their circular chariots. And these are the orders of the stars, which set in their places and in their seasons and festivals and months. And these are the names of those who lead them, who watch that they enter at their times, in their orders, in their seasons, in their months, in their periods of dominion, and in their positions. Their 4 leaders who divide the 4 parts of the year enter first, and after them the 12 leaders of the orders who divide the months. And for the 360 days they are heads of thousands who divide the days, and for the 4 intercalary days that were the leaders, which sunder the 4 parts of the year. And these heads over thousands are intercalated between leader and leader, each behind a station, but their leaders make the division. And these are the names of the leaders who divide the 4 parts of the year which are ordained. And I've already tried to read these names, and I've murdered them multiple times. So forgive the pronunciation. Milk-Aiel, Hel-Emekel, and Melajal and Narel. And the names of those who lead them, Adnarel and Isual and Elohimal. These 3 follow the leaders of the orders, and there is one that follows the 3 leaders of the orders, which follows those leaders of stations that divide the 4 parts of the year. In the beginning of the year, Melechjal rises first and rules, who is named Tem-Anini and son, and all the days of the dominion of his dominion, whilst he bears rule, are 91 days. And these are the signs of the days which are to be seen on earth in the days of his dominion: sweat and heat and calms, and all the trees bear fruit, and leaves are produced on all the trees. Verse 16. And these are the signs of the days which are to be seen on the earth in the days of his dominion: sweat and heat and calms, and all the trees bear fruit, and leaves are produced on all the trees, and the harvest of wheat, and the rose flowers, and all the flowers which come forth in the field, but the trees of winter season become withered. And these are the names of the leaders which are under them: Barachel, Zelebels, and another who is added ahead of 1,000, called Heliujaspa. And the days of the dominion of his leader are at an end. The next leader after his is Helamelech, whom one names the shining sun, and all the days of the lights are 91 days. And these are the signs of his days on the earth: glowing heat and dryness, and the trees ripen their fruit and produce all their fruit ripe and ready, and the sheep pair and become pregnant, and all the fruits of the earth are gathered in, and everything then is in the fields and wine presses. These things take place in the days of his dominion. Okay, so the first one was summer. This one's fall. Is how I'm seeing it. These are the names and the orders and the leaders of those heads of thousands: Gidejah, Kiel, and Hiel. And the name of the head of thousands which is added to them, Espha'el. And the days of his dominion are at an end. The dream vision, which goes from chapters 83 through 90. Yeah, 83 through 90. The first dream vision of the deluge. And now, my son Methuselah, I will show thee all my visions which I have seen, recounting them before thee. 2 visions I saw before I took a wife, and the one was quite unlike the other: the first when I was learning to write, the second before I took thy mother, when I saw a terrible vision, and regarded them I prayed to the Lord. I had laid down in the house of my grandfather Mahala, when I saw in a vision how the heaven collapsed and was borne off and fell to the earth. And when it fell to the earth, I saw how the earth was swallowed up in a great abyss, and mountains were suspended on mountains, and hills sank down on hills, and high trees were rent from their stems, and hurled down and sunk into the abyss. And thereupon a word fell into my mouth, and I lifted up my voice to cry aloud, and said, The earth is destroyed. And my grandfather Mahal waked me as I lay near him, and said unto me, Why dost thou cry so, my son, and why dost thou make such lamentation? And I recounted to him the whole vision which I had seen. And he said unto me, A terrible thing hast thou seen, my son, And of grave moment is thy dream vision as to the secret of all the sin of the earth. It must sink into the abyss and be destroyed with a great destruction. And now, my son, arise and make petition to the Lord of glory, since thou art a believer, that a remnant may remain on the earth, and that he may not destroy the whole earth. My son, from heaven all this will come upon the earth, and upon the earth there will be great destruction. After that I arose and prayed and implored and besought and wrote down my prayer for the generations of the world, and I will show everything to thee, my son Methuselah. And when I had gone forth below and seen the heaven, and the sun rising in the east, and the moon setting in the west, and a few stars, and the whole earth, and everything as he had known it in the beginning, then I blessed the Lord of judgment, and extolled him, because he hath made the sun to go forth from the widows of the east. And he ascended and rose on the face of the heaven, and set out and kept traversing the paths shown unto him. Chapter 84. And I lifted up my hands in righteousness, and blessed the Holy and Great One, and spake with the breath of my mouth, and with the tongue of my flesh, which God has made for the children of the flesh of men, and they should speak therewith, and he gave them breath and a tongue and a mouth that they should speak therewith. Blessed be thou, O Lord, King, great and mighty in thy greatness, Lord of the whole creation of the heaven, King of the kings, and God of the whole world. And thy power and kingship and greatness abide forever and ever, and throughout all generations thy dominion. And all the heavens are thy throne forever, and the whole earth thy footstool forever and ever. For thou hast made, and thou rulest all things, and nothing is too hard for thee. Wisdom departs not from thy place of thy throne, nor turns away from thy presence. And thou knowest and seest and hearest everything, and there is nothing hidden from thee, for thou seest everything. And now the angels of thy heavens are guilty of trespass, and upon the flesh of men abideth thy wrath until the great day of judgment. And now, O God, and Lord, and great King, I implore and beseech thee to fulfill my prayer, to leave me a posterity on earth, and not destroy all the flesh of men, and make the earth without an habitation, so that there should be an eternal destruction. And now, my Lord, the last verse for today, chapter 84, verse 6. And now, my Lord, destroy the earth from the flesh which has aroused thy wrath, and the flesh of righteousness and uprightness, established as a plant of the eternal seed, and hide not thy face from the prayer of thy servant, O Lord. And that does conclude Enoch for today. We read chapters 82 through 84. Peace be in you, my brothers and sisters. May the Lord have mercy on us all. I love you guys so very much. God bless.